On this special edition of Falmouth in Focus, the ASICS Falmouth Road Race 2023 is now in the history books. And we're taking some time to relive the experience. From the pre-race Expo and the pages of road race history, to the moment of triumph when world-class athletes and weekend warriors next door got their taste of finish line glory. Our look back at race day starts right now. Hello and welcome to Falmouth in Focus. I'm Michael Kasparian.
And I'm Eileen Preston. This year's Falmouth Road Race was one of the fastest in its 51-year history.
As we'll see later in the program, the men's winner practically flew through the course and had a brush with the record books. But whether fast or slow, some 10,000 runners pounded the pavement this year and got themselves from the starting gun in Woods Hole all the way to the finish line in Falmouth Heights.
In this episode, we're saluting not only the runners, but also the countless volunteers, the staffers, and the first responders who helped the race go so smoothly.
And don't forget our everyday neighbors. Whether you showed up to cheer on the sidelines, or whether you simply adjusted your schedule to cope with the increased traffic and crowds. Over the next half hour or so, let's relax and enjoy some happy memories of Road Race 2023. And maybe give ourselves a little pat on the back as a community for pulling it all together.
Let's get started with the drumbeat of excitement that builds in the days leading up to that starting gun. You can hear it the loudest in and around the gymnasium at Falmouth High School, where the Race Expo takes place.
It's a chance to pick up the latest running gear and energy snacks. But it's also a place to hear inspiring stories and draw encouragement. Eileen, you were representing FCTV at the Expo, I've been told.
I was indeed. I was there along with our new member coordinator, Kurt Asian. Kurt had his camera gear and he pulled together this sample of the Expo sights and sounds.
We have 56 vendors here today, special events. We have some guest speakers. We have our poster artist is doing some signings on the poster.
My name is Jane Baker, and I grew up here in Falmouth. I make short edition woodcuts, so you can see where the negative space is carved out. The 4 is in reverse because everything's in reverse. So the print's black and white, and then I hand-colored the red and the blue on the accents onto it.
Surf Drive is my favorite place to run in the entire world. You start off, and you have 13,000 people around you, and nobody's really moving, and you say, what's the point of it? And then you hit the 1 mile marker, and it opens to Nobska and the bay in front of Nobska, and you say, God made this place.
You're going to slowly roll yourself all the way down to your chest. You're going to take a big Superman in forward. Watch me.
So excited to be running my second road race for charity. I'm running for Wellstrong, a local organization here in Falmouth. It is a studio just like ours that helps people in recovery through health, wellness, and so many other aspects.
This is my third Falmouth Road Race. I'm honored to be out here running in support of Girls on the Run. It's an organization I have coached with for over 10 years. I ran the Boston Marathon in support of Girls on the Run. They are a youth empowerment group for middle school students who are training for their first 5K and learning amazing life lessons and values.
Back in 2017, the Falmouth Road Race was actually the first person to actually offer me opportunity as a small business. So I think it's super special that they offer the opportunity to small businesses to come in and grow and expand.
I'm Mike Olson. I'm 39 from Waterville, New York. I'm in the wheelchair division, and this is probably about my 8th Falmouth Road Race. One of my favorite road races, definitely the circuit. I do a couple other road races, but there's definitely not a race as beautiful as this course. You got the up and down hills pushing along the ocean.
Hello, my name is Martinez Evans, and I'm the founder of the Slow Up Run Club. We have a community of 20,000 members worldwide. I started running 10 years ago when a doctor told me I'm fat, lose weight, or die. So I told that doctor I was going to run a marathon, and he laughed at me and told me that was the dumbest thing he has ever heard in all his years of practicing medicine. So that day, I bought running shoes, and I have not stopped running since then. Slow Up Run Club can mean multiple things. It can mean slow and fabulous. It can mean slow, fit, and athletic. And it can mean slow and fun. So Slow AF is up for debate.
Yeah, he's here for his bib.
My name's Steve Waxman. I've done about 30 races, and by far the most memorable was about 10 years ago or so. It was torrential rain, and we started out with garbage bags to keep us warm. We ran through puddles that were like a foot deep, and at the end, we just said this was the best race we had ever done.
My daughter, Carol Crosby, is participating in the Falmouth Road Race. This will be her third year, and she's going as a pushcart participant. And Carol really wants to be the queen of the Falmouth Road Race. She wears an inflatable tiara on her head, and she will wave like the queen and bow for the entire 7 miles.
I'm Alexandra Salamano. This is my 4th time running the race. Our family's been in Falmouth about 5 years, and I've been a lifelong runner, so I've been thrilled that I get to call Falmouth home and also have this wonderful race to participate in every year with all these runners, but also all these legends that come back and participate, so really fun.
My name is Nancy, and I am local. This is my first Falmouth Road Race. I am very excited to do this. I'm going to finish strong. That's my goal.
Never ever thought about even coming to prison. I'm Markel Taylor, known as Markel the Gazelle. I'm one of the subjects of the film of 26.2 to Life, and I'm here to represent the 1,000 Mile Club of San Quentin, the guys there that are left behind that are running races inside San Quentin, and also for the guys who are being successful on the outside. I'm one of the guys who was successful in eventually getting out of prison off a life sentence, and now I'm here today to speak on the film and how successful running can be. I had my spirituality, I had the self-help groups, but once I started running, all of that together, I was able to be free in my mind and heart, even if I never got released from prison.
Hey, my name is Sasha. I came from Ukraine and I'm 15 years old. I'm running road race. I'm from city Kharkiv. I was born in Kharkiv. It's kind of a hard time now. It's bombed every day, and yeah, it's a hard situation in Ukraine right now.
He's been living with my family for the past year, and because he's a refugee, he's gotten a scholarship to Falmouth Academy, which is also where I go. Both my parents grew up in Russia. I lived there for 4 years. My brother lived there until he was like 10. So yeah, we're 100% Russian Jews, and now we got a Ukrainian. So
I'm gonna carry Ukrainian flag in a finish line. It's kind of important for me, and I think for my family and for Ukraine too.
I'm gonna beat him.
I don't think so. Слава Україні!
Що він сказав?
the road race really did put Falmouth on the map of bucket list events for athletes of all levels.
But it didn't happen overnight. Americans at large were barely aware of this new sport of running when the first Falmouth Road Race took place in 1973.
50 subsequent races have taken place since then. The scale of the event and the growth of our town have gone hand in hand. The Falmouth Road Race brings us this look back through the history of the race.
The first Falmouth Road Race was held in 1973 on a rainy and windy Wednesday afternoon in August. The green t-shirt marking the occasion noted it was a marathon, but of course it wasn't 26.2 miles. Instead, it was, and still is, a bit of a quirky distance of 7 miles, starting at the Captain Kidd restaurant in Woods Hole and ending at what was the old Brothers 4 club in Falmouth Heights. The idea of road racing was in its infancy in the early 70s, and Falmouth proved to be in step with the times as a fitness boom began to sweep across the country. And the route from Woods Hole to Falmouth Heights was a pleasant, refreshing route that race founder Tommy Leonard often ran. There were 92 finishers in the first Falmouth in 1973. At its peak in 2019, over 11,000 crossed the finish line in Falmouth Heights. Pencil and paper entries have been replaced by online registration. Cotton t-shirts and canvas sneakers gave way to moisture-wicking singlets and high-tech running shoes. Essential corporate sponsorships help fund a lucrative prize purse for the world's elite. More than 2,000 volunteers really run the race, doing anything and everything to support the Falmouth Road Race management team. And long after the revelry of Race Day Sunday subsides, the race's impact continues in the community throughout the year. Since 2012, the Falmouth Road Race has given back nearly $5 million to the community in the form of scholarships to graduating high school seniors, donations to various charity organizations, grant awards, sponsorships, and community projects, like installing a new track at Falmouth High School, scoreboards for various sports and locations around town, and fitness equipment for local schools, the new senior center, and the Falmouth Rec Department. Each of these philanthropic endeavors are aligned with its mission to support and promote local organizations with a specific focus on youth athletics and programming that promotes health and wellness. The team at Falmouth Road Race is involved in the community with its 3 full-time staff members and 7 board members consistently supporting teachers, students, coaches, and administrators. They serve on various boards and advisory committees and represent the town of Falmouth across the country and even internationally when they attend or support other races, conferences, and industry-related events. Celebrating its 51st running in 2023, the race now known as the ASICS Falmouth Road Race has grown gracefully into one of the signature events in the world of distance running. Indeed, it's not a marathon, officially certified at exactly 7 miles, but Falmouth is on a very short list of the best races in the country. On August 20th, 10,000 runners will toe the line in Woods Hole to start the scenic 7-mile course. They'll run by Nobska Lighthouse at mile 1, through the shady woods of miles 2 and 3, and onto the sunny stretch of Surf Drive at mile 4, around Falmouth Harbor at mile 5, by the band shell, past the Island Queen ferry boat, cross the 10K mark in Falmouth Heights, and finally rounding the corner at the Falmouth Yacht Club for the final stretch to the finish. The crowds are cheering, the American flag is waving over the finish area, and the music and finish festival are beckoning. All this from beloved Tommy Leonard's dream and his simple desire to assist the girls of the new Falmouth Track Club. Tommy said often of those early years, "We were a band of brothers. It was a race born out of friendship, those who were already friends and those who would become friends." Tommy passed away in 2019 at the age of 85, but his soaring spirit endures, and he will forever be the emotional heartbeat of the Falmouth Road Race. We all think of him each year as we plan the events of the coming season, and we hope that we make him proud.
In just a moment, we'll have a look at some of the fun side events that took place on Road Race weekend.
The SBLI Fun Run and the Falmouth Walk got people moving without taking too much of a toll on the knees and ankles. That's coming up.
If you've been ripped off by a contractor, repairman, or auto mechanic, call us. We can help. If you're having billing problems about a cell phone or a problem with an online purchase, we can definitely help. Consumer problems like these happen every day on Cape Cod. I know. I'm Bruce Blackwell, Executive Director of the Consumer Assistance Council. For nearly 50 years, the CAC has been advocating for you when you've been ripped off. Whenever you have a problem with a merchant, reach out to us. We'll get in touch with them and get you help. And we do it for free. That's right, no charge. We're a nonprofit agency that works with the Attorney General's office. We can't give you legal advice, but we can help you get justice. In the last few years alone, we've recovered nearly $1 million for Cape Cod residents. The Consumer Assistance Council, we fight for you.
Welcome back to this special road race edition of Falmouth in Focus. The road race wasn't the weekend's only event bringing our elite runners from around the world.
On Friday night, the Falmouth Mile featured some of the best high school runners in Massachusetts as part of the Falmouth Track Festival.
That exciting race was followed by a competition of some of the fastest runners in the world, in which 15 of the 16 men's runners finished in under 4 minutes.
The Falmouth Track Festival kicked off with the annual Tommy Cotchery High School Mile, featuring some of the best high school runners in Massachusetts. Starting with the elite high school girls race, Dana Lair, a rising junior at Belmont High School, took the lead from the start and cruised to victory, finishing with a time of 5:02. The boys' race couldn't have played out any differently, with 3 boys taking turns in the lead. Alec Carew of South Milton finished the race strong to win with a time of 4:25. Both the men's and women's wheelchair races were wire-to-wire wins for the defending champions. Susanna Scaroni, one of the most dominant women in the sport right now, led from the gun, winning in 3:53.79. In the men's race, Daniel Romanchuk, a 4-time ASICS Falmouth Road Race winner, clocked 3:18.53 in his win. Both Scaroni and Romanchuk defended their road race titles as well, setting new records this year. The penultimate race of the evening was the elite women. Emily McKay broke the tape in 4:23.79, eclipsing the record of 4:25.27 set by Susie Favor Hamilton in the inaugural year of the Falmouth Track Festival. The blistering times would continue with the men's race in a near photo finish. Johnny Gregorek just edged out Henry Wynn to take the victory by over 1/10 of a second. Gregorek's winning time of 3:53.57 is the second fastest time in the event's history.
On Saturday, families came out to cheer on their little runners in the SBLI Family Fun Run at the Falmouth High School track. FCTV's Ryan Weber has a closer look, and if you watch carefully, I think you'll spot some future Falmouth Road Race entrants.
We are so thrilled to be here. This is SBLI's 21st year supporting the SBLI Falmouth Road Race, and specifically the kids race today. We are so grateful to see all these kids getting out here, running really fast, having a great time, thrilled for their parents tomorrow. I just can't express how much we appreciate the Falmouth Road Race and all it does for the surrounding communities here. It is a pleasure to be here on the South Coast, and we can't wait to see these kids run today.
I was looking forward to do the road race because it seems really fun. Because I did it one year at where I live, and it's really fun.
This is a great event. It's one of the highlights of the road race weekend. I think it gets children involved in running and racing, and we hope in about 5 or 10 years, and maybe 4 years, they'll be running in the Falmouth Road Race. Anything we can do for the children in Falmouth is, to me, is a top priority. That's what we're all about. We're all about giving. We're all about doing what we can for everybody, including these children this morning. You can see the excitement on the field this morning. These kids are running around, they're having a great time, and the parents are even smiling.
I'm excited to run and just get on the track and just get out there. excited to run as well.
For those who wanted to be a bit kinder and gentler toward their ankles and arches, there was a 33rd annual Falmouth Walk the night before the race.
The 5-kilometer course offered competitors a picturesque view of downtown Falmouth and surroundings. After the finish line, attendees enjoyed delicious food and won prizes in a raffle and participated in a live auction.
The event helps raise money for 12 different local charities. Last year, they helped to raise more than $50,000. Talk about a track record.
And in just a moment, it's time to hit the road for the race itself.
We'll meet world-class athletic achievers who flew through the course, and some everyday heroes who ran to support their favorite charities. Stick around.
A message from the Upper Cape Women's Coalition.
We firmly believe that conflicts within our homes, our community, and our country can be resolved by listening to each other, learning from each other, and respecting each other.
Renewed efforts to ensure that women's lives are safe, free of fear, intimidation, and violence in our homes, at work, and in our neighborhoods, no matter where we're from, whom we love, or how we identify.
Women's bodies are respected. A healthcare system that takes our needs seriously, from research to treatment to supporting women making decisions about when and if to start a family.
Women's work is valued. We are paid and promoted equally, so we are able to retire with dignity. Women's families are supported. Policies allowing women to make responsible decisions between family and work. Women are represented from school boards to the White House, and all votes are protected and counted.
We send you warm wishes to all.
Winning the Falmouth Road Race comes in multiple forms. A lot of the runners have scored a victory before they even leave the starting line, because they've raised substantial sums for their favorite charities.
Charity teams have raised more than $56 million over the last 23 years. Last year's race alone set a new record, with $6.5 million going to charitable causes.
FCTV's Kurt Asian circulated among the charity runners as they waited for the starting horn.
Hi, I'm Andrea Inkydine from Family Reach. Family Reach is a national nonprofit that helps cancer patients meet their basic needs during treatment. We know that patients with cancer, 1 in 3 of those are unable to meet their basic needs during treatment. So this incredible team here today is helping us raise awareness for our organization as well as raise funds to directly support cancer patients across the United States. And we're going to have a great race today. Woo!
It is 8:23 here on the East Coast. Good morning, everybody.
Hi, my name is Catherine Kelly, and this is our Old Colony Hospice running team. We have a group of 22 runners this year, and we're running to help support hospice patients. And we're so happy to be here, and thank you for having us.
We're rolling and go.
Hi, we're running for Falmouth today.
Parents and our local music students.
We're running for Falmouth Together We Can. It's a local nonprofit in Falmouth here. It's mostly for blue-collar scholarships, say CDL or somebody wants to get into the landscaping business or such. They raise scholarships for people.
My name is Allison, and I'm racing for Maurice's mission. We all are. We're very excited to be here. It's a great, amazing cause that we're running for. Marisa was a wonderful person. We miss her dearly, and we're all going to have a great race. Woo!
My name is Paul McKenzie. Group of us, around 25 of us running for this charity, Run for the Cure. Woo! This is a group of kids, an orphan disease. We hate to use that word, but these kids died young, age 15, 16 years old, prematurely from the disease. We're running to find a cure. Sam Burns, everybody knows Sam Burns, a Foxborough boy. We're all from Foxborough, Mass, or Mansfield. Our kids went to school together. Sam passed a few years back. His parents, Leslie and Scott, founded this organization. And we've got a couple of drugs out there. They're making money. We're making money. We're going to find a cure, and these kids are going to live a long life. We're running for the kids that can't run, and we're going to keep on running until we find that cure.
Let's go! Good job, Paul.
Good morning. My name is Tom O'Keefe. I'm the founder of Stride for Stride. We're a non-profit running organization that buys race tips for immigrant, BIPOC, and low-income runners. Our goal is to increase the diversity and accessibility of races. We sponsor 310 runners from 25 different countries to run any race they want to run. And this is Falmouth. For Falmouth, we put our team up for the entire weekend, and it's one of the best races of the year. We're all here. So, a lot of our first time. Who's running Falmouth for the first time? Yeah. Many first-time runners. It's an incredible day. One of the best races of the year.
I'm Andrew Abdella, and I'm running for the Vanessa T. Marcotte Foundation. It's a charity that helps empower young women to live boldly and fiercely. Go VTMF!
You know, I have 3 daughters and a daughter-in-law. This foundation teaches women how to protect themselves and better themselves and get themselves out of situations that unfortunately Vanessa was not able to get herself out of. So it's a great day, going to be a great run, and we'll see you later.
My name is Kylan.
I'm Liz. I'm Katie Drinkwater.
And we're running for Compassionate Care ALS. This is an organization that is so near and dear to our hearts, as Katie and Elizabeth's mom have ALS currently, and I just lost my mom to ALS last year in August. Their care is truly top-notch. Ron Hoffman and Compassionate Care ALS have absolutely changed families' lives all around. Anything to add, girls?
We're doing this for our moms, Patty and Sandy.
For Patty and Sandy.
Woo!
Hi everybody, this is Erica and my daughter Jillian. This is Jillian's first road race and first Falmouth Road Race. We are running for Tommy's Place, and we are so happy to support Tommy's Place, which is a wonderful foundation that provides amazing vacations for children and families who are battling cancer. They need a time away to just relax, and we are so happy. The Falmouth Road Race is the major fundraiser for Tommy's Place, and we've raised as a foundation over $160,000. It has been a pleasure to run and to train for them.
All right. Hi, my name is Bill Olin. I'm here with my wife Elena and my new friend Deb and my friend Dan, and we're all running for the Boston House, which is an unbelievable organization that everybody should learn about. We're not big runners, but we're running 7.1 miles for all the kids that have ever been at the Boston House. 7.1.
I didn't know that.
Not just 7. The last 0.1's uphill, but don't worry about that. Anyway, thank you so much for everybody who donated to us and to the house, and everybody have fun. Thank you.
Cheers.
So many good causes there, and that's just a thimble-sized sample of the organizations represented in the race.
And don't forget, running for a charity can be a good way to get into the race if you weren't selected in the lottery. Well, when 8:40 a.m. finally rolls around on race day, runners hit the road in phases that match their category. First, wheelchair racers, then elite women, followed by elite men.
Next comes seated runners, and finally, just about everybody else. Then, the suspenseful wait at the finish line begins. FCTV's Alan Russell has put together this condensed version of all the race action.
So I have our first and second place women right here. First place, we got Helen O'Berry. Helen, how was it out there? You got a little tailwind, your first time here to Falmouth. What'd you think?
It's my first time to be here, and actually I can say the crowd was so amazing on the way, and the course was so beautiful. Hope to come here next year.
Well, congratulations. Thank you, Helen. And we're with our USA marathon record holder here with Emily Sisson. Emily, second place, your first time here. What'd you think?
I loved it. It was a beautiful course, great competition, great day for it too. Yeah, I had a fun time.
And you fell off the lead a little bit, and then you came back, and did you have a shot at Helen there?
My goal was to get as close to Helen as I could today. So, yeah, I'm in the middle of marathon training right now, so I got dropped a bit in the hills when they started running 5-minute miles. But then my goal was just to focus on the women ahead and try to reel them in. And I had good advice from my host this morning to finish hard over the last hill and close it fast. So that's what I tried to do. Beautiful course. The atmosphere was amazing. The finish was so loud. I had no clue how close the next person was to me because it was so loud. So I just tried to run as fast as I could. But yeah, it's a beautiful area. I feel the energy as I was like cresting that like really steep short hill at the end. I just tried to finish as fast as I could. I could hear everyone like just yelling. I didn't know if they were yelling because someone was like close behind me or if they were just cheering me on, but I was like, gotta go, and it helped a lot having those crowds there. Yeah.
You know, sometimes you can just focus a lot, and it's good to share, you know, with the crowd. And sometimes if you have a big lead, just sometimes spend like 2 seconds to, you know, wave at the crowd and smile to them, you know, just show them appreciation, you know. It's fun.
This is him right here. Oh! Wellesley Kiptoo, 31:08 is the course record time.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna make it. I think he's gonna do it, folks.
Yeah, so I was waiting for my warm-up, and I felt like, you know, I got it today. You know, it's just there's that feeling you have, you know. And I do believe my training and what my coaches have, you know, taught me. And I was like, it's gonna be a good day today. And there was no humidity today. The weather was perfect, and I was like, let me just have fun today.
So we went out a little slow the first mile, so I think I was in the lead for that because I'm in the middle of marathon training. I didn't want this race going out too slow because I didn't know if I would have the wheels at the end to turn over as quick as some people. So I pushed it along a little bit the first mile, and then Helen O'Beary kind of just took off, and I think she dropped like a sub 5-minute mile in like the rolling hills the first 5K, and my legs just couldn't go with her. So the 5 women that went with her, I tried to just reel in the rest of the race, and I kept my eye on them. And around 6 miles, I was able to reel in second and third place, and I just tried to kick it in.
We've had this record going on for quite some time, I think close to 30 years, and you just tied it.
I was close actually, but I got up the hill and I saw back there was nobody coming, and I was like, let me just celebrate and have fun. And I loved the crowd. It was so loud, and I felt like, you know, I'm at home.
Aww. That's awesome. You've been here a few years now, your first title, so congratulations, Wesley. We hope you're back many years to come.
Thanks so much.
We have some race finisher footnotes featuring some runners we met earlier in the show at the Expo. Markel Taylor, or Markel the Gazelle, from the San Quentin documentary, blasted through the course in a very respectable 48 minutes and 9 seconds.
15-year-old Sasha from Ukraine was not far behind, crossing the finish line at 49 minutes, 48 seconds, and carrying that flag from his homeland just as he pledged to do. Incidentally, he beat his Russian host brother's time by a few minutes.
And Martinez Evans, Mr. Slow AF himself. He lived right up to his brand name by crossing the finish line with a slow and fabulous time of 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 1 second.
Ooh.
We'd love it if you'd share your photos and videos of the road race weekend.
Use the hashtags MyFalmouth and Falmouth in Focus to share your images. Eileen, what do you say? Shall we run this thing next year?
That's a great idea, Michael. I'm right behind you.
Good to know. We'll say goodbye for now with some more sights and sounds from the 51st running of the ASICS Falmouth Road Race. You did yourself proud, Falmouth. See you next time.
And welcome, welcome, welcome everybody here today to the 51st running of the ASICS Falmouth Road Race. My name is Mark Davis. I am here in beautiful Falmouth Heights, and we are going to be welcoming 10,000 runners here today, crossing the finish line, and we really look forward to celebrating victories of all kinds here today. Over $16 million in estimated economic impact is generated by the event through purchases made at local businesses, lodging, and overall tourism brought to Falmouth each year. Every year I come here, it just seems like everything's around. I talk to locals out here, and they tell me this is bigger than Christmas, bigger than 4th of July, bigger than New Year's. This is definitely your event, and it's so great to be welcomed here every year at Falmouth. It truly takes over the city, takes over the people, and I'm really excited to be here every year. And since 2012, the Falmouth Road Race, which is a 501(c), has given back over $4.7 million to this community in the form of scholarships to graduating high school seniors, grant awards, donations to volunteer groups who support the race, sponsorships of local events, and the completion of various large projects to benefit the town, i.e. this beautiful new track at Falmouth High School.
America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
And we've talked about the Numbers for Nonprofits program. Through that program, the race has helped raise over $56.5 million to date for charities and organizations based here in Massachusetts. This year, we're celebrating the 48th year of the wheelchair division, sponsored by Spalding Rehabilitation. We saw some of those amazing athletes out on the track on Friday night. Daniel Romanchek, Susanna Scaroni, just absolutely tear up that beautiful track over there at Falmouth High School, and they will be returning today, along with some other amazing wheelchair athletes. And of course, we want to give a shout out to all the charity runners today in our Numbers for Nonprofits program. Over 200 Massachusetts-based nonprofit organizations are running in the race today with approximately 3,600 runners in today's race.
Athletes, we are so proud of you. It is a blessing to be here with you today.
Once again, we're proud to partner with the Falmouth Community Television, our local community TV sponsor for this year's event. We want to thank you for helping us share the story here today, and we'll be chatting throughout the morning, and we're excited again to welcome all these fabulous athletes on the 51st running of the ASICS Falmouth Road Race.